Myself, Panduranga Dagde. This is my present profile. In this lecture, we discuss the statistical process control. First, see the basic introduction of statistical process control. Statistical process control aims to achieve defect prevention and to pursue never ending improvement. It also reduces variability in delivery times, completion times, methods, equipment and materials, etc. Now, see the objectives of statistical process control. First and most important objective is collection of data and drawing meaningful conclusions based on this data. Next objective is finding root causes of problems. Next is to control the performances along with future prediction. In statistical process control, understanding and managing variability in a process with defects prevention is also important. Now see the definition of statistical process control. Statistical process control is a process of monitoring and measuring variability in the performance of a process or a machine through the interpretation of statistical techniques, and it is employed to manage in process quality, or it can also be defined as an element of quality assurance in production and a tool for continuous improvement. Now see the control chart for variable. A control chart is an important tool or statistical device for the study and control of the repetitive processes. There are two kinds of variations: variations due to assignable causes and variations due to chance causes. First, see variations due to assignable causes. These variations possesses greater magnitude and can be easily traced or detected. The variation due to these causes may be of the following factors, that is, differences among machines, differences among workers, differences among materials, etc. Now see the variations due to chance causes, or it is also called as random variations. These variations are inevitable in any process or product. They are difficult to trace and difficult to control even under best conditions of production. A control chart is a graphical representation of the collected information. The control charts which are most commonly used are listed below. The first category is control charts for measurable quantity characteristics. This include X bar and R charts, charts for X bar and sigma, etc. Second category is control charts for fraction defective, that is P chart. And last category is control chart for number of defects per unit, that is C chart. Here we discuss control chart for fraction defective, that is P chart. The following points gives the purpose of P chart. The first purpose is to discover the average proportion of defective articles submitted for inspection. Second purpose is to bring the attention of the manager towards changes in average quality level. And last is to discover, identify and correct the causes of bad quality as well as causes of quality improvement. So these are the some of the important purposes, and due to this we can use this P type of the chart in the statistical process. Now see the essential steps in the control chart. The step number 1 is that to record the data for each subgroup of number inspected and number of defectives. In step number 2, calculate the P, that is fraction defective for each subgroup. Now see the formula for this fraction defective, that is P, is equal to number of defectives in subgroup, that is n into P, divided by number inspected in subgroup, that is nothing but the n. Now go to the step number 3. Here calculate the P bar, that is the average fraction defective. So this average fraction defective, that is P bar, is equal to total number of defectives during a period divided by total number inspected during that period. Now move to the step number 4. In step number 4, we have to calculate the control limits, that is upper control limit and the lower control limit. So here the formulas are shown for this upper control limit and the lower control limit. And in the last step, in the step number 5, we have to plot each point which is obtained by using the above calculation, and we have to plot a graph. So these are the some of the essential steps while drawing the p type of the control chart. Now here we take one simple example based on this p type of the control chart. Here the inspection results of the magnets are taken. So the first column, it indicates the number of observations, that is the 19 weeks are there. So for that 19 weeks, the number of magnets inspected per week, this data it is given. Next one is that the number of defective magnets in each lot for each week, that data it is also given. So by using these two columns, we can calculate the fraction defective column for each week. So this is the given data. Now see, here we have to calculate the average fraction defective with the help of 3 sigma control limits, and we have to construct this control chart, and based on this control chart we have to state that whether this process is in statistical control. So while solving this problem, first calculate the average sample size. So the average sample size, that is the small n, is equal to the total number of magnets inspected. So when we make the summation of this second column, we got this value. So this is nothing but the total number of magnets inspected, that is 14,091, divided by, we have to take the number of observation. So here 19 weeks are taken, so divided by 19. So we got the sample size, and this 742, it indicates the average sample size. Now in the next step, calculate the average fraction defective. Now we have the formula for this average fraction defective, and that is equal to total defectives in all samples divided by total inspected in all sample. So the total defectives, it is 1030, divided by total inspected, it is 40,091. So after simplification we got 0.0731. So this is nothing but the average fraction defective, and it is nothing but the p bar, and it is also the center line in our plot. Now calculate the upper control limit and the lower control limit. Now we have the value of this p bar, that is the average fraction defective, and also we have the value of the n. N is nothing but the average sample size. So by putting these two values in the formulas of this upper control limit and the lower control limit, so we got these two control limits. So these two control limits are calculated here. Now move to the next. Now here we have to plot the p control chart. So on the x-axis we have to take the number of observations. So these observations are given in the weeks. So we have to take the week number 1 up to the week number 19, and onto the y-axis we have to take the fraction defectives, and for each week we have to plot this value, and after plotting this all values for 19 weeks, we have to join all these lines, and on this axis we have to plot upper control limit and the lower control limit, and after that we have to join all these fraction defective points. So here, by seeing this plot, or after comparing the readings with upper control limit and lower control limit, it is found that week number 2 and 4 falls outside the upper control limit, and week number 19 falls below the lower control limit. Hence the shipment does not exhibit the statistical control. So this is the simple procedure for solving the problems on P type of the control chart. Now we stop here. In the next lecture, we will discuss the next type of the control charts. Thank you.